breakfast is getting cold. Jimmy, if you don't get in here right now, we'll have to go without you.
Welcome to your new Bayliner Capri. Capri, the most popular boat on the water, and the first choice in pleasure boating for families around the globe. You made a great decision when you decided to purchase a Bayliner Capri, and you made a solid investment in family boating fun. The purpose of this video is to acquaint you with the features and operation of your new Capri, so that your good times aboard will yield the very best experiences boating can offer. Year after year of enjoyment, and memories you and your family will cherish for a lifetime. Come along with us as we join the Chandler family for a summer day on the water. The Chandlers recently purchased a new 2050 Bayliner Capri bow rider, and even the youngest member of the family already knows that a boat in the driveway means fun times ahead. Your properly maintained Bayliner Capri will be ready to go boating when you are, and taking the time to do a few simple checks before leaving home can save you inconvenience or delay once you get to the water. If your Capri is stern drive powered, remove the engine cover and check the crankcase oil. Inspect the belts, fluid levels, and battery connections. This is also a good time to install the transom drain plug. Make sure that you have on your boat a Coast Guard approved personal flotation device of the correct size for each person aboard, plus at least one approved throwable flotation device. Small children should wear a personal flotation device at all times on the water. The trailer wheel lug nuts and other fasteners should be checked to be certain they're tight, and make sure that your tires are properly inflated. Towing your Capri at highway speeds can damage the canvas, so we recommend that canvas be stowed for trailering. And be sure to secure any loose items. In addition to the personal flotation devices mentioned earlier, the U.S. Coast Guard requires that every boat carry certain items. These are a fire extinguisher, an approved flare kit for day and night use, and a horn, portable or installed in the boat. Experienced boaters will also carry lines and fenders, a boat hook and paddle, a flashlight with extra batteries, a first aid kit, an anchor with line and chain, a compass, and if you plan to do extended cruising, navigational charts of your intended cruising area. You also should carry a communications device, such as a VHF transceiver. Check the condition of towing safety chains, transom tie-down straps, and winch cables or straps. Replace any that appear worn or damaged. Your boat should be secured by a line or cable from the winch to the boat's bow eye and a safety chain from the winch stand or trailer tongue to the boat's bow eye. Transom straps should be fastened to the boat's transom-mounted trailering eyes. Make sure the straps are snugged down securely. Be certain that your trailer lights are connected and working properly. Some vehicles will require heavy-duty flasher units to make turn signals operate correctly, so you may wish to consult your auto dealer's service department for their recommendation. While you're checking the lights, don't forget to test the trailer's brakes prior to each outing. And make sure that your trailer is properly equipped for the brake requirements in the state where you will be traveling. One more thing, make sure before driving away that your outboard motor or stern drive is in its trailering position. Before you leave home, let a neighbor or friend know where you intend to go boating. It's certain they'll wish they were going too. They know you're going to have a great time. And don't forget your boat's ignition key. If your tow vehicle is not already so equipped, install adequate side mirrors for improved rearward visibility. Also allow extra room when you're negotiating turns. Keep an extra following distance between your tow vehicle and the vehicle ahead of you. It takes a greater distance to slow down and accelerate when trailering a boat. If you're new to boating, practice maneuvering your trailer in an empty parking lot until you feel comfortable handling it. Use extra caution when backing up, and always have a spotter to provide direction. Initiate turns by first steering in the opposite direction of the intended turn, then turn your vehicle in the true direction of the turn to follow your boat. Remember to swing wide as you turn to clear the corner. Once you arrive at the launch area, your Capri can be on the water in minutes. Before backing your trailer down the launch ramp, take care of a few things first. Remove the stern tie-down straps. Double check to ensure that the transom drain plug is securely in place. Then stow the straps in your boat or vehicle. The forward winch strap must remain in place. Disconnect the trailer lights. The lights on your Escort trailer are submersible, but experienced boaters are in the habit of disconnecting them and then reconnecting them before leaving the launch area for home. Install dock lines and fenders prior to launching. If you remember to perform these steps before getting into position to back down the launch ramp, you'll get your boat into the water quickly and smoothly. Back your trailer into the water just to the point where your boat is floating. While doing this, have an assistant hold the bow line and direct you down the launch ramp. Do not start your boat's engine before backing your Capri into the water and lowering the engine or drive. To do so would damage the water pump and the engine. After backing your trailer to the desired position, set the parking brake, put your vehicle in park or first gear, and turn off your vehicle's engine. You can now remove the winch line and safety chain from the bow eye and push your Capri free of the trailer. Your assistant can then hold the boat by the bow line or secure to the dock as you pull the trailer from the water and park the tow vehicle and trailer in a designated parking area. Remember, launch ramps can be busy places, so as soon as you've released your boat from the trailer, guide it away from the ramp as a courtesy to other boaters. Once aboard your Capri, visually inspect the engine compartment. If you detect any sign of fuel, oil, or excessive water, remove your boat from the water and contact your dealer for assistance. Before starting the engine on a stern drive powered model, operate the bilge blower for 4 minutes in order to ventilate the engine compartment. If your Capri is powered by a force outboard engine, the fuel line primer bulb located in the motor well must be pumped until it is firm prior to starting the engine. Your Capri, whether an outboard or a stern drive, is equipped with an emergency engine stop switch. Consult your engine owner's manual for proper use of this lanyard switch. Do not shift the control into or out of forward or reverse when the engine is not running, as this can result in damage to the control. Make certain that your Capri is in adequate water depth before starting the engine. Lower the outboard motor or stern drive to its full down position using the thumb switch on the control handle. To permit throttle travel in neutral, push the button at the control handle pivot point. If your Capri is powered by a force outboard, place the control handle at 1/4 throttle. Then operate the starter motor by turning the ignition key to the start position. For cold starts, operate the choke by pressing in on the key while cranking. If the motor does not start on the first attempt, repeat the starting procedure. Do not continuously operate the starter motor for more than 15 seconds at a time. Prolonged cranking builds up heat that can damage the starter. Allow 3 minutes between continuous starting attempts. Stern drive powered Capris feature an automatic choke, and there is no fuel primer bulb. When the engine is cold, pump the control handle to its wide open position once or twice, then place it at 1/4 throttle. This sets the automatic choke. Operate the starter motor by turning the ignition key to the start position. If the engine does not start on the first attempt, repeat the starting procedure. Remember, whether you've purchased a Capri with a stern drive or an outboard engine, your motor operator's manual details all operational features and the maintenance of your motor. Once your engine is started, set the RPM just above idle and allow it to warm up. During the warm-up, make certain each passenger understands the use and location of the fire extinguisher, life jackets, and other safety gear. Before pulling away from the dock, make sure all passengers are seated and advise passengers not to dangle their arms or legs over the side. As you move away from the launch area, watch your water depth. Bayliner encourages you to keep safety in mind at all times. If you're new to boating, learn the ropes. If you're an old salt, polish your skills. Enroll in a safe boating course sponsored by the U.S. Power Squadron, the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary, or the American Red Cross. Call 1-800-336-BOAT to learn about boating safety courses in your area. And remember, whatever your skill or experience level, there is no substitute for common courtesy and common sense. The steering characteristics of boats differ from those of a car. You can get the feel of your boat by practicing steering and docking maneuvers in an area of open water. Boats steer from the stern, which will swing in the opposite direction of your turn. Operating your Capri at idle speed in forward gear, your boat may tend to wander from side to side. This is a natural characteristic of a deep V hull. You can control this with slight counter movements of the steering wheel. As you practice, you'll become skilled at steering your Capri at slow speeds. Stopping your Capri is accomplished by pulling back on the throttle. Once the engine speed is slowed to an idle, the shifter can be put into reverse to stop the boat. Gently increasing the throttle in reverse will allow you to stop the boat in a very short distance. Remember to remain at idle speed near land, docks, or other boats. Higher speeds can cause a disturbance to waters surrounding neighboring boaters. Experienced, courteous boaters watch their wake. Also, operate at idle speeds when maneuvering around a downed skier or swimmer, and never follow directly behind a personal watercraft or a boat that's towing a skier or watercraft or inflatable toy. When approaching a swimmer or downed skier, keep the person in the water visible and on your starboard or right side. Place the control in neutral and turn the motor off. Allowing your stern to gently swing away from the swimmer or skier. Once the person is aboard, return the swim ladder to its retracted position, and you can then restart the motor. Most Capris are powered by engines featuring power trim and tilt. This feature is operated using a rocker switch in the control handle grip. The upside of the rocker switch moves the lower unit up within the trim range. The down rocker switch is used to make down adjustments in the trim and can also be used to lower the unit from the trailering position. Always trim your Capri to its full down position before accelerating to planing speeds. Once on plane, The engine may be trimmed out a little to avoid a bow-down condition, which can cause oversteering and poor fuel economy. Stern drive model Capris feature a tachometer, voltmeter, water temperature, oil pressure, and fuel gauge. Outboard model Capris feature fewer gauges, but come equipped with an overheat alarm. This is a buzzer located below the dash console. If this alarm sounds, immediately shut the motor off and check the lower unit for debris. If none can be found, restart the engine and check for water coming out of the exhaust relief port on the back of the motor exhaust housing. If there is no water discharge and the exhaust is hot and dry, turn the motor off immediately and seek help. If you're new to boating, it's important that you become familiar with the basic rules of the road for navigation. A boating safety course, such as those mentioned earlier, will cover the subjects such as the reading of navigation charts, the correct use and understanding of navigation lights, the meanings of navigational buoys and markers, right-of-way rules, and other information you must know to safely operate your boat. Your family will quickly discover that learning the safety basics together is part of the fun of boating. Know your fuel tank capacity and cruising range. When calculating fuel requirements, allow for a reserve amount, and remember that a boat's motion and attitude can affect the accuracy of fuel gauge readings. Use the 1/3 rule. 1/3 to get there, 1/3 to get back, and 1/3 in reserve. Do not exceed the maximum load in pounds or people for your boat. Leave yourself some leeway in weight for a change in weather or water conditions, or for bringing back a special souvenir or two. Never substitute automotive parts for marine parts. The electrical, ignition, and fuel system parts on your boat are designed and manufactured to comply with U.S. Coast Guard regulations. Automotive parts do not meet these requirements. Your Bayliner dealer is the best source of marine parts and equipment. While your Capri is underway, make sure that passengers are riding in the boat properly. Do not allow anyone to ride on parts of the boat that were not designed for such use. When it's time to bring your day of boating to a close, you can make the process of docking and loading your boat onto your trailer a simple one if you remember to follow a few easy steps. First, before you approach the dock or launch ramp, lower your speed to allow your wake to subside. Hang out your fenders and make sure that all lines are attached to the cleats on the side of your boat that will face the dock. As you approach the dock, have one person at the bow and another at the stern. With the steering wheel centered, glide in slowly at idle speed at an angle to the dock. As you near the dock, shift briefly into reverse while turning the steering wheel toward the dock. This will bring your boat to a stop while swinging the stern inward. Tie your deck line securely to the dock. As with any other maneuver, practice makes perfect. When you're ready to reload your Capri onto its trailer, turn off the engine and raise the motor or stern drive to its trailering position. Back the trailer into the water, submerging approximately 2/3 of the trailer's carpeted bunks. Set the tow vehicle's emergency brake and place the transmission in park. Don't forget to set the blocks behind the front tires. And of course, passengers should disembark prior to retrieval of the boat. With a line attached to the bow, guide your Capri onto the trailer bunks. You can then hook the winch strap to the bow eye and winch the boat up to the stop. The bunks will properly guide your Capri onto the trailer. Secure the bow safety chain from the winch stand or trailer tongue to the boat's bow eye. Now that you have your Capri correctly positioned on the trailer, remove the tire blocks and tow your Capri to an area away from the launch ramp to finish readying the boat and trailer for the trip home. Before leaving for the road, remove the drain plug and store it in a safe place. Secure the trailer tie-down straps and remove any items in the boat that will not be secured for trailering. Be sure to remove from your boat any cushions, towels, personal flotation devices, and so on that might hold moisture and cause mildew. After each outing, thoroughly clean your Capri before storing it. Give your boat a good hosing down at the launch area or when you arrive home. If your Capri is stored outdoors, it should be protected from the weather, but make sure that your storage cover allows for adequate ventilation. You're going to have many great times on the water with your new Bayliner Capri, and your satisfaction is key to our success. After you've had time to enjoy a few outings with your Capri, we'll send you a survey allowing you to share with us your experience with your boat. Your opinions and comments are important because they help us to continue to improve our products. At Bayliner, we are committed to your total satisfaction for years and years to come. Once again, thanks for making Bayliner your choice.